Stand with the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Trombley. Here. Trustee McFetrich. Here. Trustee Trombley.
Here.
Trustee Garrett. Here. Mayor Martin.
Here. Motion to approve the minutes of the May 9th, 2016 meeting.
So, second.
Is there any additions, deletions, changes?
I didn't have anything.
No, neither did I. If there's no discussion, a motion to approve, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve special board meeting, May 23rd, 2016.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Is there anything here for discussion? A lot of money. End of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Santa Claus is gonna zip up his purse real tight here.
Paying attention, Mike?
No.
Nope.
AKA Sam? No.
No further discussion, motion to approve, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
We have 2 abstentions, we got 3 to pass?
Yeah, we had very weak eyes.
Okay,
Aye. Aye.
aye. Thank you. Presentation of petitions, communications, notices, general question period for members of the community, of which there are no one here. Mr. Tatro?
Been a busy month, I guess. Grass is growing, there's grass everywhere, like always. So I sent out a bunch of notice of violations and just waiting to see what's gonna happen with them.
I got one back today. We'll have to check on it Wednesday when you come in.
What, bad address or?
29 Cedar. The
Cedar.
lady come in and said that that was not her property. It was next door. She mows a little bit on her neighbors, but everything else was on the next door neighbor's property, so
Okay.
we'll make that change. I told her we'd take care of it.
Okay. Other than that, I've been over at the mall there with the Dollar Tree and the restaurant project. That's taken quite a bit of time over there. It's coming good. It's gonna be nice when it's done.
When's it going to open?
The restaurant is gonna be open by the end of July, I guess.
What restaurant?
The Chinese restaurant.
Oh, they're moving.
They're moving
I
down.
thought there was another one coming in. I was like,
No, they're moving down. They're gonna take 8 feet of space out of the existing restaurant to add to the dollar store. And the post office may take the remainder of the space, so that'll make them all full. Which I think is kinda good. So they're doing quite a bit of work. They're fixing up a lot of old things that were messed up, you know, water meters and stuff. But, other than that,
About the Dollar Tree.
the Dollar Tree, they said by around Labor Day they should be open. So,
That'd be a good addition to the village.
yeah.
Yes, that's great.
Other than that, it's just permits, questions, that type of stuff. A few inspections here and there.
Any questions for Mike?
Any updates on the Patterson properties other than our bed?
You get copied with this corporation papers?
I didn't see that.
It's number 7.
Oh, it's the one we just got.
Well, he showed up for court or June 9th, but it's been postponed till the 30th.
Oh, here it is.
So we have to get with the village attorney and they're gonna have what's called a pre-trial hearing. He'll make his case and we'll make ours and then the judge decides if it moves forward or not.
Okay.
So we're just waiting for that,
So it's
but
30th of this month.
yeah. Yeah, that's what he gave me today. I don't know if you have, I don't think you have that one.
How does this incorporation impact it? At all?
But
Is this incorporation impacted at all?
well, that's a claim he's making that has to be proven and the attorney has to look at it and stuff.
but what would the difference be?
I can't really get into it.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's most of that, on the same grounds,
Yeah.
on the same grounds as to how we treat this building.
That's what I'm wondering, that's really my question, does it make any difference to the grounds or how the
Trying to do
building's
here is
treated?
just trying to but to me, a corporation should be treated in terms of what we're dealing with here, the same way that a private landowner would be dealt with.
Mm-hmm,
So
I would think so.
it's just the responsibility aspect of it.
Okay.
Did I do that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to stay within the legal boundaries here.
No, sort of asked any questions that
No, that's,
push that limit, but
no, that's fine. Do you have a time on that, June 30th?
I think it's 5 o'clock.
In town court?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, anything else for Mike? Okay. Shortest I've had in probably 3 years.
Remarkable.
Okay, good evening. We'd like to remind everyone that it's very important that you remain cautious in the village streets, whether you're walking or driving. There is a lot of construction going on in the village, and out on Route 11 starting today. We hope that you will pay attention to the flaggers, the people that are out in the street. There's going to be a lot of one-lane traffic here. There's going to be signs all over the place, work zones. Please, safety is an issue here, and we want to make sure that everyone is safe and secure as this project goes along. The construction workers, the village residents, take an extra moment or two, drive a little slower, pay attention to what's going on around you, and hopefully, for the length of this project, we won't have any serious issues. The community garden is up and ready. I believe Mr. Joliker and his crew has spent some time down there putting the fence up, dividing the garden into plots. I think there's 8, is there? 10. There's a few that have been spoken for, and I think there's still a few that are available. Is that correct? 2 are available. So if you are interested in getting your hands dirty and reaping the benefits of your hard labor later on this summer or this fall, call the village office, 298-4152, and reserve a spot. We as the village board felt it was important that we install cameras at certain points around the village. We feel that the investment we have all made in making our village more user-friendly needed more protection from those few troubled individuals who feel they must deface or destroy public property at the expense of all who use areas or use these areas for family enjoyment. We ask that the village residents take ownership of the village park areas, the playground, and help keep those areas clean and free of vandalism. Remember, folks, we are all in this together. Thank you. Trustee Garrett.
I have nothing tonight. We'll be doing the library next month.
Okay, library will be in July?
Yep.
All right. Excuse me.
Oh, thank you to Joanne Favreau for
Yes,
all
thank
the beautiful whiskey barrels planted.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Trombley?
Nope, all I have is worked on these estimates that we'll be dealing with under old business.
Good, very good. Trustee McFetrich?
I have a few dates for people to save the date. On Saturday, this Saturday, June 18th at 6:30 p.m. Natalie Jubert, who has just finished her sophomore year at Northeastern Clinton, is going to be singing songs from Broadway at the Champlain Meeting House. So I'm looking forward to hearing her. She has a beautiful voice.
So
What time?
6:30 on Saturday,
This Saturday,
this Saturday,
June,
18th, at the meeting
sorry,
house.
6:30.
No charge, but no donations are accepted, of course. On Tuesday, on Wednesday, June 22nd at 6:30, we're going to have a public forum. This is the waterfront revitalization group. We're going to hold this at the KFC. And this is an opportunity for the public to come and give us suggestions on what they would like to see in the village, what changes they would like to see. We'll present what we have done so far. And this is the first public gathering that we're having, so I'm really excited about this and hearing what people are going to say and suggest and their comments. So I hope the board can come and I hope a lot of the public will
What was the
come.
date again?
It's Wednesday,
22nd.
the 22nd at 6:30 at the KFC.
I've got that, it's on with that. Got it right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Thank you.
sorry.
That process has been fascinating. It's really interesting to hear people's ideas. We do have the longboats, and we are rowing every Wednesday and Friday at 6 p.m. So come on down. Last night, we had our first kids' fun run. This is a series of 6 runs on Sundays, every other Sunday, and we had 30 kids show up last night in those conditions of drizzle and cold and wind, and those kids had a blast. It was great. It was a lot of fun. And so they'll be back in 2 weeks.
That's at 6 p.m.?
And that's at 6:30. I say 6:30, although everyone was there by 6. Yeah, they were so excited. They were just running around in circles. Yeah, it was really fun. I think I mentioned last month that we were participating in the Clinton County's longest day of play. That is on June 24th, noon to 4. Most of the activities are going to be at the playground. And I have a committee who's working on this and organizing the games and a little basketball tournament. Vicki Watts is going to do a yoga session. We're going to do a building scavenger hunt accompanied by a parent. So it's going to be, find the village office and go in and ask them something. Beware, a bunch of kids. Or, walk to St. Mary's Church and some fact that's on the historic plaque, something like that. And they're going to get stamps at each spot. So I think that's all I have.
Wow,
Thank you.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting because everyone is so involved and they're so happy to be doing stuff. And so it's good.
And the children's activities on Sundays, that's one of the races for the t-shirts, the 4 out of 6.
Yes, that's right. So the 4 out of the 6 is the T-shirt that they are awarded after 4 out of 6. Yeah.
Very good. Trustee Tremblay?
Don't really have anything for a report, just a couple questions. Mike, do you have any ideas when we're gonna be doing some paving?
Oh, for paving?
Mm-hmm,
Usually it's not till late, it won't be for a while, we're usually the last one on the schedule.
okay.
We
I
gotta
was
get
just
Spruce
curious.
Street ready. Usually, last year was real late. I don't know, I haven't heard yet. They just have been cleaning the bridges and whatnot up here a week or so ago.
And we haven't heard about the paint samples
That
either.
was my question. I
That's
haven't heard
what-
I
that's
was
what
anything.
gonna
asking.
ask about that.
Yeah.
So that's what I haven't heard either. We should contact them and see.
Yeah,
They will call as soon as we find out.
Yeah, there you go.
I think we should call and see if they did find out.
Spent again.
And do we have a date picked for the, we probably been doing, I just don't have it on the calendar, the August, the Village
13th.
Fest?
13th.
August 13th.
Start planning for that too,
Mhm.
soon.
And there's been a lot of nice articles in the Sun recently, regarding the village and everything that's going on, so it's so nice to see.
I
I'm
have to
surprised
give-
she's not here.
Well, she called.
Did she?
She called and she had to choose between the village of Champlain and the town of Peru. And I looked at our agenda and I said, why don't you go to Peru? Sorry, my fault, she's not here, but she's been giving us great coverage.
think
Yes,
Yeah,
she's
no, she
done a
has.
lot of really nice
Yeah.
articles and,
And up to all the villages and, it's doing a
Yeah.
nice job.
yeah, so it's so nice to see, nice complimentary things in the paper.
Mhm.
She writes well.
Mhm. She does an excellent job.
And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all. The report from the clerk treasurer, please.
Everyone has their May expense and revenue reports, which is also our end of the year.
I think we're in very good shape.
The end of the year, we ended up, $45,000, was our rollover for the three funds combined.
Okay.
How was the NICEAG so high for River Street this time, 1,800?
That was for
I know
the-
it's usually high, but that's
Wastewater,
really
right?
high, yeah.
I was gonna ask about the lighting district, what this was about. The, number 9, the light district,
The lighting district.
yeah, 1,241. What is that? The other light district is $49, I just,
Right, yeah,
There are, you moved into the abstract.
oh, I did, I'm sorry, you're right.
oh, I see, oh, okay.
Yeah, I did move to the abstract by accident, I'm
did.
sorry.
I started it.
She did say.
My bad.
You and I were just lost.
No, I
Just
knew
moving
it.
along. Sorry.
Any other questions for the clerk treasurer?
No. Nice job,
Approve the
ladies.
warrant.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have
Okay.
additional invoices for the warrant.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Oh,
The additional invoices are $2,281.54. So our total warrant for this month is $12,951.89.
Is there any discussion?
Bedard's Auto, which vehicle was that?
We need to
2000.
approve first and then
Sorry.
discuss.
Need what?
Need to approve and then you discuss.
No.
No,
Need a motion? and a
Motion.
second?
Our motion
Second.
is, well.
We have a motion, we have a
okay.
second, now we can discuss.
Okay, who approved?
We had a,
I did.
I made a second.
Okay,
That's for 2000 metal truck.
Okay.
okay, now you want to know about the light bills. The sewer plant was $1,828.
Mhm.
Um,
And the light district, $1,241 on the general fund. Is that
it's,
just streetlights, Mike?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
it was, the sewer bill was from 428 to 525, and they used 47,000, or 22,320 kilowatts. What's that? The previous bill was 2,300.
yeah, that was, it's probably in the ballpark. It's usually high.
I know it is, but I just, usually it's, you know, we haven't had anything excessive,
See pressing more
you know?
because the bacteria
Anyway.
grows.
Yeah, it's been
The warm weather.
pressed quite a bit, but. He has been pressing quite a bit. I don't know if it's, you know, if we do balance circuits, anyways, balance is always,
That was
it's less than it
also,
was last time, but.
Do they read it every time? Or do we get estimates too?
I think they read.
Should say
Actual. Actual, okay. The lighting district,
Yeah. It's listed as 13625 I believe.
is $1,241.
Yeah.
Last month was $1,300. That's all our streetlights.
And they have a smaller one pieced
And-
out apparently,
And the other one is
$49.
$49. It's I don't know how they have their, because that one there is, 13 lamps. I don't know how. One was 13 lamps, and the other one is,
Is it pole number 13? Or-
the other one you have the 70 watts, 100 watt, 150, 250 watt lamps. I don't know how they, by wattages.
I don't know how it's organized.
I don't
I
know.
wonder if that's, Moore Street. There's a meter on the end of Moore Street. I'd have to, I could get a copy of that, get the part numbers to see, check the meter. If there's a meter, there is a meter on the end of Moore Street, I just wonder if it matches
If it's
up.
just,
The
if
meter
it's just the
number,
lights
it's
on Moore
just-
Street?
I wonder if it is. There is a meter at the end there,
You roundabout.
at the turnaround. You almost need to go
Because
to the
that
right
is
there.
for some street lights, and then the other one is for the rest of the lights, all different, lots of bulbs and.
Separate district must be.
It would be interesting to see how it is broken out and what covers what.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'd send somebody up to explain it to us.
Is that a breakdown sheet of what?
Yeah, one or the other. you know,
Streets, which,
'cause it's-
what is covered?
It really stood out this time.
Said it's less this time.
It's less.
But it stood out because the other one's only $49.
Oh,
there's
you're talking
such-
about that. I
there's
thought
such
you were
a-
talking about the amount.
We always
It just
take two,
caught-
we always have one big one, one
Yeah.
small.
Right.
Yeah, it just stood out to me this time, it's like you
We
said.
always have way too many, too
Yeah.
much, total, insane.
Is there any other bill? No?
That's it. That I
I
question.
don't know, if we could, I'd be curious to know how it's broken down.
I would love
Lighting district?
Yeah, and is there any ways that we can save money on
I
this?
guess I could stop fixing the ones that are out. Stop sending reports to me when they're out. The whole thing should have done that.
No, but should they be replacing it with something lower energy, you know? Maybe there's something out there we should be looking at.
There is LEDs, but I don't think those, I don't know.
I mean, what do we pay every month in electric?
Lots of money.
Be really sad if I added that up. That's why I haven't done it.
You don't wanna know.
Well, that's why you have to just look on the abstract.
Yeah.
For the total?
It doesn't give a total,
That's
yet.
up to you.
No, yes.
Yeah.
You can add it up.
Yeah, we gotta add it up, but,
I know it's over 5.
Yes.
Yeah. oh, wait. It just seems high. It just really seems high. That's all.
This month was high, last month was higher.
No, I know, no, just the whole, what we
The
pay in electric
overall.
seems staggeringly high.
But in regards to like the wastewater plant, we're gonna look into those blowers this year and that project back on the table.
I've had conversations with Anthony Young about that, and they're moving forward.
Okay.
I'd like to get those in the fall.
Cause I
They're
think
supposed to save us
that
quite a
should,
bit.
that should save us a good percentage. This is what it was, is it 10%, 15? It was a
It was
large
at least
amount.
that much.
We
15,
have the
20.
money if
Maybe it was
spend
20.
it.
It was a large
Yeah,
savings.
it was large.
Just hoping you do it, that really is what the savings comes out to be, you know,
Oh, yeah.
you don't know until really.
Until you do
It's
it.
gotta be less expensive.
Yeah,
It's gotta be less expensive. Those electric motors really eat up a lot of electricity. Just, and as much as they run.
And the new ones are a turbine, that's where it saves the energy. Once
Are we a
once you're
candidate
spinning,
for that
it's
thing
like-
that was in the paper for the solar project? I know Champlain wasn't one of the areas, but you can still put in for it. I don't know if a
I
municipality
think
can
we
do
looked
that.
at that in the past, did we not? And
Well, we
there
did,
wasn't enough room for the type of solar farm that we were looking for about.
Really? You
but
live on the hill there?
did we get that far to actually look at the space? I didn't remember that.
Yeah, there was no space in the village for what they wanted to do. I mean, it's not like, is it Robinson that's got a new one up here?
Mhm.
That's gonna be a huge,
Yeah, that's like, what, 50 acres?
No, 10.
Oh, okay.
it's gonna be a
150.
huge solar cell farm.
Mhm.
We looked around here, and when they made those inquiries a couple of years ago, and there were some other issues as well, there was maintenance, and there was something where even Shazy said, no, because who was gonna deal with the maintenance and who was gonna deal with the problems later on.
Right, but that was a different project than what Amy's referring to, because that was with an outside firm that was.
Yeah.
I forget how the mechanics of how he was charging for it, and making his money off of it, but that was what the deal was, that's where the issues arose.
Yeah.
This is different.
You can look, but I don't know that we qualify for that. There is increased amounts of New York State has passed, really giving more money for water and wastewater services, grants for that. Bernie Carr was supposed to be looking at that as well, to see if we applied and how it could be applied to our project. So, I'd see something, you know, if we could qualify for another million or a couple million and knock down the project cost a little bit, or sewer services. You know, the town would be, obviously, it would be important to the town to get some sort of grants, so they can get the sewer, West Service Road, Eden Lane, and, you know, some other places. At least get it started.
That's
Yeah.
very important for them.
Well, we can look, see, all for saving money. Any other discussion on the warrant? We have a motion, we have a second, have a roll call, please.
Trustee Trombley. Trustee McFetrich. Aye. Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee Garrett.
Aye.
Mayor Martin.
Aye. Superintendent's report?
Too much going on this morning.
Yeah.
Well, we're staying busy with general work. Street sweeping's complete, water reports were delivered, lawn bolts have arrived. Kayak rack is built and set up on River Street. Dug and repaired half a dozen curb boxes, replaced rods that were rotted off with stainless steel ones. Two street signs we had to replace, few had been damaged, some were not really usable. We also started to screen some topsoil for where we have to do some seeding and whatnot. We had some sewer main holes that we had to chisel out and repair. A few of them either were deteriorating, so that moved away, or we found some that were not even over the top of the, not centered over the hole underneath. They were pushed aside and just paved around and never centered, so we're gonna have to chisel those and refix them. As you were talking, the garden's up and going. There's a bunch of plots that are planted there. The whiskey barrels are out. Equipment's gonna be salted, sprayed with anti-rust proofing. This week, actually starting tomorrow, we'll be reading water meters. It's that time of the year again. I wanna finish the culverts on Moore Street, get those out of the way. There's some ditching and culverts because they should be starting any day with natural gas expansion on Moore Street. So I'm trying to get that out of the way before they get up in there. It's easier to do it now than after the gas lines are in. This water project's also kept us very busy, and will continue to do so for quite some time, the rest of the project probably. The River Street crossing from Mill Street to Maid Lane, that is up and going, so we do have a second route there, as well as a new fire hydrant on the end of Mill Street, and that's it's been put in service. New piping's been installed and in progress on the installation is in progress on the rail bed. They started on Route 910, and they're quite a ways up. Well, they're partial way up on the old rail bed. I don't think they're quite quarter of the way up to Oak Street yet, but they are making progress there. There was a new hydrant installed right next to McDonald's, between McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. That's been put in service as well. They're in the process, they did the interstate bore from the east to west, or west-east service road, and they were trying actually today to pull the sleeve across so they can get the pipe sleeved in, and then the pipe in for the crossing. I know they were having issues, there were stones that were hooked up, things were getting broke, so I don't know this afternoon, I don't know how far they got before they quit for the day. They also, we did a few valve tie-ins. There was one over by the DOT station. They put a live tap on the main over there, and the piping is ran from there out to behind the DOT and down along the interstate. Quite a ways down, actually, where just before where the crossing's gonna be. It crosses from over behind DOT to the Ridge Road. As soon as the crossing's in, they wanna start on the piping on the other side and bring it up to the Ridge Road. And I know as of today, there was another crew that came up, and they were down in Ross's Point end, starting on that end of the piping. I did not check on them down there this afternoon, so I don't know what they've got done, but I know the crew was up here. They also did some blasting on Prospect, and they had to do more blasting this afternoon because they got into a harder rock on the tank side of the road. You know, I think they had to re-drill to reestablish a pattern. But hopefully by this week, the end of the week, that'll be all blasted out, and they can start laying their pipe to get that completed. I know there's piping from Pocket up, partway up the hill, but they have to finish from where that hydrant, or where they ended up to the new tank, to get that in. I know tomorrow there's a meeting, I think it's a pre-blast meeting with DOT tomorrow, in the morning, and then we have the regular water meeting, I think, in the afternoon. We should be receiving new water meters in brass. The bid's gonna be open, I believe, it's supposed to be in the paper, going out in the paper. I believe we're just gonna have a bid opening the 21st or 22nd. So at that time, they'll award, they'll get the stuff ordered. I'm hoping to be able to start installs in beginning to middle of July, if everything's here. Once the stuff arrives, or we know it's close to being here, then I'll start scheduling for the residents, so I can get access to homes to get the installs in, get the meters and brass and radio reads and whatnot. I also have a few thank yous. I want to say thank you to Joe LeDuc for tilling the garden again this year for us. Joanna Favreau for doing the flowers. She does so nicely every year. I also want to thank Mayor Martin and the trustees for working with me and letting me get what I need to keep us moving forward here as a village. I want to thank the DPW crew for what they do. We do have a very small crew, but we work good as a team. And lastly, I'd like to thank the village residents for all the compliments and kind words of encouragement. This goes a long way, and it's nice knowing how much a small group is appreciated.
If I could throw something in here before we had the opportunity to talk to Bernie Bassett Friday evening, and he's the retired town of Plattsburgh supervisor, and he was very complimentary on what our DPW crew does with such a small group, and how a small village like this is managing to do so many things. And he was very complimentary on his, on what he had to say about what goes on here.
It's nice.
It was very nice to hear, and I thanked him very much, for what his comments. I mean, he said my DPW crew was 70, and you do all this with 6 people, and you're managing the village, I mean, you have 2 in the office, and you have 4 back there, and Mike, and, it was just good to hear. I want to thank you for it.
Yes, thank you, Mike. And you too, ladies.
Any questions for Mike? He's been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, when you just mentioned scheduling for all these meter installs, just the scheduling portion of that's gonna be pretty crazy, just trying to get everybody's homes
Well, that,
around their schedule.
We're supposed to be getting a couple interns right after the 4th of July to help
Okay.
through VG Prescott. They've got
Nice.
people that need in the field, so they'll be free of charge for us. They're gonna send them up to work with me to do the installs in the homes.
I didn't know that, that's great.
Yeah,
Prescott
I
University,
don't-
new hires are required to do this.
I don't know how long, probably a few months. So it's gonna be after the 4th, it'll be sometime after the 4th, just depending on when stuff starts coming in. I don't know. I don't know what the lead time. I know, I had asked before on meters just to see, you know, try to get a whole census to find out on meters how far, and I know they were a little ways backlogged, but I'm hoping that, you know, that they have made them, and whoever gets the bid can get them to us.
Yep.
You know, sooner the better, really. The quicker we start, the quicker we can get them in, and I mean, we don't have to have all the meters changed, but we do have to get our brass, and I need to have all the pressure reducers in on the outside of where all our big pressure
I
vaults
was
are.
just gonna ask, is
We're
that
doing
part
that
of,
first,
is that part of the same bid?
yeah.
Okay.
Pressure reducers, the check valves, and meters, and equipment, but I have to get all the ones that need pressure reducers, because once they have the piping hooked to the tanks and the main vaults are in, and they pressurize the system, I have to have everybody with pressure reducers on the outside of that bowl. So we can do all the inside stuff after, but I have to get the outside, the pressure reducers for sure in. So,
What is their schedule for pressurizing the system?
I don't know, right now we have to get to,
We'll probably find
it
out
hasn't
tomorrow.
gone out to bid yet we'll have a meeting on that, tomorrow?
There's one
No.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we got a meeting
There's a
with,
3 o'clock meeting tomorrow with
we have one too, don't we, tomorrow morning? No, it's the 21st,
21st, is it?
to go
But
over with the
there's
water.
another one on the 14th. No, that was the 16th.
I know we have the water
We have a meeting
plant
there.
and the softening filtration system hasn't gone out for bid yet.
Right.
And that has to go before we can have the water online, because we need our new pumps, high lift pumps to get the water to the tanks.
Yep.
Plus all the pressure, those 7 pressure vaults have to be in before, of course, the tank, piping has to be connected, but they have to be in before they can pressurize the tank. So I would assume you're probably talking August or September, I would think. That's just a guess.
I would think so.
Actually, I think we did get an email, they did an extension, I think, for Aquastar. Extended that time frame for that, you know, for that reason.
Is that reason?
Till next spring.
Was it that far? I didn't even look at the date.
Okay.
So if it's spring, then that's probably when the new tanks will be up and,
Well, they're almost ready. It's just getting the pipe in the ground now.
piping and pressure valve and the
And
valves.
then, obviously, once you get the pipe in the ground, then you gotta have the new water plant with the pumps that'll push the water into the tanks.
Mhm.
Right now, we don't have that. I mean, we can push water into our tank, but
Wait a minute,
I'll bring it up at tomorrow's meeting, but I didn't think till after the end of last month's meeting. But I spoke with Matt in regards to whether the project could look at installing hatchways in our roof to change these pumps. He said they should be able to do that.
yes.
And I'm really pushing for that. I'd like to see you be able to open a hatchway and change a pump without taking a roof off the roof.
Yeah. I think that's part of it.
It's just so
They
inefficient.
know
Yeah.
when they have to put the 3
Yeah.
new pumps in there.
Yeah, so we need to make sure that we keep that on the table
Yeah.
and get that done. Even if, regardless how it gets done, it needs to be done. You ever have to change a pump out in the middle of the winter for some stupid reason? No, we can pull a roof off. I just think it's inefficient. It's just non-productive.
Get the chain fall and the bucket off the backhoe.
That part's okay, but you should be able to open up a hatchway and do that.
It's all OSHA approved.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, I'll bring that up again tomorrow when we're in that meeting, see if they'll keep that on the table.
Okay, anything else for me? Okay, if not, we'll do the correspondence.
Are you gonna do your purchase
I
request?
got one purchase,
I think he was trying to sneak past that.
it was for a lift station pump, or a quote, there's a quote on the back, actually, it's two-sided, it's for repair. A lift station pump for Pocket lift station.
Mine's one-sided.
Oh, really? You don't have this part? What's that part?
I think we talked about this before, getting this pump repaired so we have a spare.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we did talk about it.
And this was quite a bit cheaper, less expensive than
The
the
pump
other,
itself,
yeah. New pump is about 7.
Around there.
So we've been dealing with these repaired pumps, I think it's,
Basically, what they're putting in it, other than the housing and the cord, it's pretty much,
everything.
impellers, bearings, seals.
2490.
And you're gonna bring it over there and pick
You
it
already
up?
have it.
No, they.
Oh, they've already got it.
But we sent it in to get an estimate for it. When they brought our other pump, the same day this year, we sent it over with them, we were pulling the other one. It was bad, it had a bad
Oh,
impeller.
yeah, I remember it.
And we sent it over with him to give us an estimate how it cost, so.
Yeah.
This
So
is
he's
the
already still
estimate.
got
He
it?
still
There's
has it to
13,000.
decide what we want to do. But
Okay.
there's no shipping, they deliver them, pick them up, and deliver them.
Have it.
A little bit ahead
That's
of
not
it.
good.
What's the
I
turnover here,
appreciate
Mike?
it.
Very quick, I would say within 2 weeks probably.
Couple weeks.
Yeah. They just gotta get the parts there and do it. He was just waiting to hear from me, they did pull it apart and see what it needed, so. We weren't gonna go ahead and order the parts until I heard for sure if we wanted to go ahead and order them.
And because of where we get repaired, this is the only estimate you could have, of course, right?
Yeah. This group has treated us quite well in the past, so.
We get our floats and stuff from too, actually.
Make a motion to approve the repair, 2490.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee McFetrich.
Aye.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee Garrett.
Aye.
Mayor Martin.
Aye. That's from G 8120.2.
Mhm.
Okay. Now we can do the correspondence.
Correspondence from Evan Bracy, attorney for Don Patterson. Correspondence from Thomas Renane to Judge Triller regarding Don Patterson case. Correspondence from Joseph Lucia to Judge Triller regarding Don Patterson case. Correspondence from John Lucia to Judge Triller regarding Don Patterson case. JCEO monthly report. Perma, we got a certificate of congratulations for filing our claims in a timely manner.
Good job.
And correspondence from Niles and Bracy regarding Don Patterson.
Have something to write about.
Okay. You can all check, right? Full business, library, we'll have a discussion in July.
And would you like them to be here as much as their board is possible? I think that would make sense, would it not?
I think so. I guess we'll have to, mostly concerned with the finances and whatever we can get from them beforehand so that we can look it over.
Do you want something more updated than what they gave us already?
What they gave us was
A year old.
2015.
We can, yeah, so we can get this past 2014, right?
This- yeah, whatever they have
Past
that way,
year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Bids for the building repairs. Thank you, Tom, for doing this.
Yes, thank you, Tom.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Everybody look them over, I just gave you a summary, kind of make it easier to digest.
Yeah, but
Yeah, thank you for that.
Break it down.
was-
We did it last night,
It was
yeah.
confusing.
some
Oh.
of the thorough breakdown.
That's why there's a hand.
Yes, it's exactly right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that.
yeah. So even though you laid it out in quite beautiful detail, then the estimates didn't come back with the same detail.
Agreed, but I think the ones that I'm interested in going for, which is lower, of course, I thought were pretty well detailed.
Well, they all have the same,
They all the same
They have the
criteria.
same specs, yes.
So why don't we start with, if you were looking at the lowest estimates and look at their details, see if it satisfies, that would be
Brant, you're on? Is that what you're looking at?
Well, if you look at just picking the two lowest, you're looking at Briette on the garage and looking at Superdome on the roofs. And I know Superdome was well detailed.
And they are willing to do this, one do the roof and one do the,
Yeah, for example, Superdome did not only wanted the roofs, he didn't want to bid on the garage. That's kind of why he's not in there. With non-construction, I originally sent out a request for an estimate to K&R Construction as well, but they're gonna work together, so it's actually the two of them together at that bid.
quite a disparity in the prices.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, it was huge.
But, especially from that top bidder
Yeah.
compared to the rest.
Mhm.
I think it's labor.
Yeah,
The majority of it's labor if you look at.
that's why it was kind of changed by today's, to take
Yeah,
that much off the labor.
yeah. I guess NOMS isn't very detailed as far as exactly what they're doing.
They all supplying you with a proof of workman's comp for their labor?
They
Because
also,
that's a big, big thing.
okay, well, I guess we need to,
Yeah.
we,
Definitely need that.
they're all
insurance
supposed to be insured, yes. And that was, I probably should have put it right on my,
And then show us
Well,
for that, right?
insured and workman's comp is two different things.
two different things, yeah. Yeah.
So we wanna see that before we would definitely award that,
Correct.
that,
We could say a pending,
yeah, pending.
Pending
So this is
proof
the
of
one
insurance and
with
workers'
us,
compensation.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yes,
And.
the 97.
Any with the roofs, we would supply the truck.
Okay.
For both projects, actually,
Yeah.
any material we hauled away, we're gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
Both. Okay.
You find the Briette estimate yet? Here it is.
Alright. Find it interesting that there's no difference with that bid, whether you remove the dormer or you keep the dormer
With,
with,
same thing with NOM.
yeah.
And if you looked at base yards, it was like $500 worth of difference.
Yeah.
So I would recommend removing the dormer and not having to deal with it in the future.
Yeah.
It's less chance of ever leaking,
Yeah,
I agree.
snow sliding off, etc. It's just better to get rid of it. We're not gonna use it. So,
It's just, with the difference in the prices, it just, I don't know. It's so huge. I mean, you're talking,
well, if you take the top one out, they're all relatively only a couple thousand apart.
with the water, the water roof, wastewater plant roofs. That's, it's quite a bit of difference there, you're talking like 14,000.
You're comparing the high to low?
Yeah.
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 I know, it's like 60% or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's huge.
Well, the one with the wastewater plant roofs, we have had an experience with the lowest bidder there in the past, and I think we were happy with the work. And they did have all the paperwork that we insurance and stuff like that, that we,
I'm sure that they did last night,
okay.
I assume nothing has changed, but I was still in there planning with them.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
And then in the garage, the lower bidder, was he involved in construction for you before? Was
Yes.
that- It was, so was his workmanship good?
Yes, I'm very happy with what they did in my garage.
That's good, because I don't know them, that's why I figured I had to ask that question, because I would recommend going with that quote, I mean, it's so much lower.
They were thorough, they worked hard, they worked fast. I mean, they did the framing, they put the roof on, everything, all, you know. And that was just, actually, they were going from Sunday evening to Thursday afternoon, they were painting in Long Island. And then drove over here and worked Friday, Saturday, and half of Sunday on my garage.
The only thing I want to point out on his estimate, he doesn't talk about the, fixing the header over the door. Mike, when you spoke with Gabriel, is it Alan, what's his first name? Albert? Albert, did you point out that that header needed to be repaired?
Yeah, that's not really a weight-bearing header, that's just a filler. That's all that is above there.
Okay,
You
but,
can see it's
because
way
he
above.
does, he
Yes,
doesn't have it on his
it is.
his list.
I did talk to him about it though, yes. That was gonna be replaced
Okay.
above the overhead door. Because I'm gonna have to look at putting something after on the outside,
Yeah, I
piece of
guess-
seat channel, something, because our truck with the sand, you know, if
Yeah.
it scrubs on there, I wanna have something knock it down before it gets to the door.
Yeah, I got some ideas for that. We talked about that. I've been thinking
Or with
about
some
it.
cement, with maybe pipe with just a, you know,
Could probably mount it off the building.
just something to knock it down.
Yeah,
Just
like a
little
foot or
bit
two before you get to the door.
Get away, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you put coil stock and wrap it there, it's gonna be all scrubbed, you know.
Yep. Well,
What's your recommendation, Tom?
I would recommend Briette in the garage and Super on the wastewater plant, based on the amount of savings and the money.
yeah.
Pending carrying both comp and insurance.
Proof of insurance and workman's compensation, correct.
Pending insurance
So I make a motion that,
and workers' comp.
And have Bria add in the other component.
That's everybody doing.
yeah,
The garage.
he should add it to this, just to be specific.
Mhm. Okay,
Yeah, as long as they're clear, it's gonna cover everything you stated.
all right. So your motion is to, one more time?
The motion is to hire the contractors as following: A. Briette Painting for the DPW garage and Supernaut Construction for the wastewater plant roofs,
Okay,
pending proof of insurance and workman's comp.
all right. Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That brings up another,
Thank you.
yes,
Pardon me?
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah,
you're
thank you
welcome.
for doing
No,
all
you're
that
welcome.
work.
brings up another issue is we talked about doing some face-up in here. Do we want to put that out to bid? Do we want
The painting?
to, yeah, painting
On
and
the
some,
front,
I thought were we gonna try to utilize one of them for that, Jim?
yeah, we
Sure,
had
I'm sure we
talked
can.
about that,
We had talked about,
right.
yeah,
because that was a question I had to Mike, whether he can afford to schedule him in to do that.
Yeah.
That's what we
well,
thought.
he works after weekends and stuff like that, so.
Because if we,
There's some woodwork and stuff that has to be done around the windows and things like that too, so.
so if we want to, it's up to you. If we don't think that we can fit that in the schedule, then yeah, we should look at putting that out as well.
I agree. Let's decide what we want to do with it, and then we'll take a look at it, and see what needs to be done.
So I guess it comes down to you, Mike,
Yeah.
whether you feel that it is something that can be worked into his schedule right now with everything already going on.
Right.
Otherwise, we need to put it out to bid.
I think that's gonna have to be extra. I can't see
Regular,
freeing him up
Trip.
during the workday.
Well, right, but we'd have to put out bid, we can't
Yeah.
just hire him to do
Yeah,
it.
Right.
we can do that. Once we decide what we wanna have repaired there and painted.
Well, all the storm windows have to come out and all that woodwork needs to
It'll
be
all have to be
painted.
recaulked and.
Is there repair work to do? I must have missed that when I looked at it.
I think isn't there some rotten stuff around the windows and
I don't
things?
know, to be honest with you. They're not really getting up there, it's hard to tell anyway.
Yeah,
It's-
from the ground it
yeah.
seemed to be okay.
I know that one window in there is cracked, it's been cracked forever.
And by
Yeah.
her desk and
Yeah, and the paint's cracked.
Oh, and we need, do we need window replacement for that?
Could use a little bit of insulation.
Yeah, that's
So so get a quote for a proper double pane in there.
Yeah,
Yeah. In the winter it's really
we need to
cold.
upgrade those.
Yeah, we do. Plain simple.
Put in some slippers.
We probably should,
Okay.
probably should, well,
I can do that.
Hey, Mike, the Champlain Elementary, I heard that there's action moving again on this? Is this rumor or
I've never-
truth?
do we need to approve? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, sorry, I'm just curious if you heard anything from him.
Do we need, I'm thinking out loud, I'm sorry. Do we need to approve expenditure of funds for this, for down payments for either of these contracts? Most of them are they want money down.
Weird.
you've approved the
You've
contractors
approved
of
it.
choice there. You can look at, it must be spelled out in the, it must be spelled out in their,
It doesn't say, it doesn't say that either one of them is
No.
asking for any money.
I mean, Bay Shards does,
Shards
but the rest
does.
don't.
I'm sure they'll let you know.
Yeah,
A lot of
Usually municipal contracts, you don't pay ahead.
no, you don't pay half.
No, some like,
smaller guys
Percentage-
sometimes for the
percentage.
material.
You know.
If you approve, if they've been approved to
Fine, we'll go
spend
ahead and
this
turn it
money,
there.
if I have to write a check, you can.
okay.
As long as they're approved to.
Yeah, well, then we should only expend for the materials, not any of the work though. I
Correct.
wouldn't wanna pay in advance.
Well, that's usually what it is.
That's usually what it amounts to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is material. And it's usually not all of the material, it's a
And I didn't
portion.
include a dollar amount in my bid, should I have done that?
In your motion?
In my motion, I mean.
I did write it.
She wrote it in, yeah.
I wrote it.
I was gonna say something to you, but I knew she was writing it
I
down.
didn't think of that, okay.
just so it's on the public record.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you need a motion, Greg, to go out to bid on the work you wanna have done on
Not until we decide what needs to be done.
Do you,
Okay.
do you wanna,
We'll bring it back
redo your, say your
July.
motion with the amount, so we,
We'll bring it
I
back.
can.
I mean, it's,
So, to redo that motion, it would be, not on my sheet,
Here.
it would be to award Briette Painting for an amount of $11,500 for the DPW garage work, and Supernaut Construction for the amount of $97.50 for wastewater plant roofs.
yeah.
Pending,
Thanks.
pending the insurance.
Pending the proof of insurance and workman's comp. And if we're, another thing that we need to do as well, we're looking at getting work done in the front of the building is those signs. We talked about it during our budget meeting, and this one I noticed is getting worse.
It is.
It's getting hard on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, have to be touched up or repaired or whatever we need to do.
So, can you look up to see who did the original work on these signs? Should we look at them to get them repaired, or?
We have a pretty good sign maker out there.
Well, that was my question, or do we just have, are you saying new ones made, or see if he'll repair?
And see whatever needs to be done. If we can't repair them, that's our
Yeah.
Last time, we brought him in, the guys painted here. I'm almost sure that we just brought them in, and I think Jimmy painted.
I can't remember, it's been
Even
such a long
even
time.
the rating, because like the one,
I'm sure
the one
we-
around 9, the rating is gone. It's faded. I don't mean
Yeah.
the gold inlay, I mean where it's painted.
I'm almost not 100% sure, but I'm sure we had taken the sign down and we brought it in, and,
Last Jimmy.
yeah, I'll have to ask him.
I don't remember.
Sign like this wouldn't be bad.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be
pretty
great.
nice.
Very nice.
And there's some more,
What's that one made out of, by the way?
Phone board,
It's that phone board.
Is it?
it's the same thing as the Bill Earl.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna come mount that when we decide?
we gotta decide where we're gonna put it and then have a
Yeah.
column and see, cause I thought I had plywood back there originally, but they said nobody changed it. I don't wanna drill holes in that.
Okay, are we done with the building stuff here?
Yeah.
For now?
I only want
Yeah.
that.
Okay, Mike needs a recommendation where to put that sign.
At the playground.
I know where to put it, but where?
Wow.
Suggestions on the street side of the fence in the center, on poles?
Yeah. That's what I thought, it should be in
Put
front.
it inside?
Gotta be front and center.
Yeah, I
With
think that's a
the
good
basket,
location.
with the chain link fence behind it,
Mm-hmm.
it can't be hit
Well,
with the ball or
because
anything.
the chain link fence stops it.
No, it moves.
Well, it would have to be far enough away from the movement.
Well, I think the sidewalk is right there. The
Um,
concrete's right there.
There's also inside the park by the telephone, by the light pole there. I don't think we wanna mount it to the building.
No.
I think it has to be separate. We will have security cameras in there.
Well, I like the front and center though.
I do too, because I think if it's inside of the playground area, unless you're going there,
Yeah.
you're not going to see it,
Right.
you know? Like, I don't go to the playground, I have no reason to.
I kinda liked it at the end of the fence, close to Maiden Lane. There, where you go to the basketball court and you have to turn and drive into the Maiden Lane to get to the playground.
It's okay
But
too. Which place is easier to mount it? Between those two?
Tell me where you want it, we'll figure it out. I'll core drill some out, do what we gotta do, we'll get it mounted.
I really.
Just
I'm
gotta,
sorry, Mike.
I gotta have him
Worry
see
about
if he can.
fence.
Well, I'll have to walk
No, I
down.
think we need to walk down and we
Yeah, we
need
have
to
to walk
carry it,
down,
we need
take
to
a look.
hold it and
Yeah.
have someone stand back and look at it.
Yeah.
I don't think we can do it from here. I really don't.
Okay.
That's usually the
I don't-
best way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that.
So, I'm fine wherever because you guys will most likely be doing this during the day.
Yeah.
I'm fine wherever you put it, but I do like the idea of it being,
In the front.
it's somewhere outside of the playground, because like I said, I have no reason to go to the playground, so I would never see it. And it is, it's beautiful. Everybody should be able to see
Right.
it.
You wanna draw attention to the supporters.
Yeah. But wherever you choose to put it, we're fine
I think
with.
we should go down with it and move it around and look at it.
Yeah. So
I'm
we all
taking off
agree
next
outside
week.
the fence?
I'm off Tuesday through Friday, so I
And
can
then
help you with
you
that.
also have to decide how you want to, what do you wanna put it on? We're gonna try to put 4x4 in with like white vinyl culvers like we did on the other one, or how?
Oh, God,
You
no.
have to think
White
about-
vinyl with that? How
No.
tacky is that?
No, you
Put-
could
put
do like we
something
did at
in.
the meeting
I
house.
guess it would give it-
We
I guess
paint,
it
we
would
did,
give the
we
other
did
one.
4x4s, but we painted them the same color
white
as the
vinyl?
sign.
We're gonna put it on the
I like
outside, I
that.
gotta feel the way, I gotta find a way to get,
It's over. goes over
chip the
four
cement
by
out
four.
or something.
Why
Drill
not?
through
That's
it.
what I'm saying, I'm
Yeah,
not
that's how it's done.
positive that that's the right place. There are people walking there, kids on bikes.
You'll have to get them high enough, that's the biggest thing, because you got state truck that goes by with salt.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
you wanna
I
keep, you gotta keep it up, but you
don't-
can't touch the fence, you have to be off the fence, cause the fence moves. So it'll have to be away from the fence, have to be a small space between, but it's gonna be high, where it's below the fence, so no balls will hit it from behind, but high enough where nobody can get to it, you know what I mean?
I
And you
think
don't want it
you-
to be out of proproportion on those,
You
on the
guys will decide and
posts.
just let me know, we'll put it up wherever you want. While
Very
you're on
close
the,
to the road there.
while you're on the signs, you're gonna have to think what you want for verbiage for the sign for kayak rack. So we can get one made for that. And we're gonna have to make signs that say security cameras in use
Mhm.
in different areas. I don't know if they come with them.
You could probably get those on.
They may
online,
come
or
with,
You could buy
I
those.
don't know if they come with them or they don't, or,
I haven't talked specifically with NCC about that, but I'm sure they can
I'm
provide
sure
them.
they
I
do,
would
because
think
it's
so.
advertising for them.
Sure.
so, just as a
And
thought.
then the other one, I
Charge.
want to make sure that the village accepts no responsibility for damage or loss of kayaks or boats that are left there.
Within that sign, yeah.
When you have to reserve a spot.
Verbiage, you have to think what you want, and we can have one made, usually they come down on Mondays.
Yeah.
We can deliver it to us.
Spots need to be reserved and the village accepts no responsibility. You're leaving them at your own risk.
I'm sure if you Google,
Yeah, so it's just I'm writing down.
yeah, you
Google.
Google, you
Verbiage
can
here.
Google anything, so.
Yeah, Mike, whatever you think, I think the board will go along with whatever you choose.
I'll,
You write something
I'll
up,
write it.
and
We'll
I'll send it to
figure out,
them and.
we'll figure out tomorrow.
Okay.
Back to the garage briefly, they're gonna have to provide us with some samples of colors for that siding, we have to choose the color. I'm assuming if we're gonna stick with the same colors up front and try to match with the brick, it'll go with like a tan or something, or brown,
Well, usually they can provide a sample, maybe we can look at it at the
Brown's
July
fine.
meeting.
but. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they can bring a sample here if you happen to stop by.
That's what I
Not
was
sure
You
here.
want white,
No, we don't like,
Or
we
red.
want brown,
brown's fine.
tan.
Well, I don't think we need to decide tonight, I think they need to give us samples.
Taupe.
All right,
Okay, they don't make, I don't think they make a taupe.
Only they make, every couple of years they change the blue, when you get blue, you better buy
I think-
it
Yeah.
No
Shame.
No blue.
I think metal siding
Nothing
comes
that's gonna
comes in men
fade.
colors, blue, white,
Black,
Taupe
red,
is,
green.
taupe is man, it's a tan, a light stony
called brown.
colored
set it on
tan.
camera.
Bingo, sometimes it's brown.
Okay, moving along.
All right.
Yes.
The FCC Spectrum Manager Lease Agreement Guide. Mary's been working on this. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at this, but it also includes, ownership disclosure information. And I believe that whoever we get the water meters from will handle this section will handle this whole arrangement through the FCC. We need to have some sort of, help me here, so that we can radio read the meters once they're put in. Frequency, thank you. You'll notice on the front page, real party and interest will be us. Additional contact information is only applicable if it differs from section 1, which it will not, unless there's a change that can be handled. But number 7 is one of that may be of concern to folks. Please list the names of your governing body, verification of citizenship, and the no box is checked in the ownership disclosure unless any member owns more than 10% or has more than 10% operational control in any entity regulated by the FCC. If any are yes, an explanation must be attached, and I think we all fit the no category. So, do you have any, is there any reservations about putting this information on this form to send in?
Well, it's not asking really for anything.
No, it's not your social security.
Personal.
Down below, yeah, your
Right.
social security number.
Yeah, credit card information, banking information. Yeah, they only ask you that at the airport.
I guess as well, do I have the board's permission to sign this?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay. That's all we needed. Fill it in, send it in. All right. Any other business come before the board?
Motion to adjourn.
Have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.